Hi there, Carrie here. I was talking to a student over the weekend. Actually, I talked to several, but in a conversation with one student, there was like a light bulb moment I had for me, had nothing to do actually with her, just something that came up in the conversation. And I realized, when we start school, we don't start to get really good at passing tests because we only have a very small number of tests that we have to pass and will pass, and then we're out of school. We have a seemingly endless number of tests that we won't pass. Now, what is won't pass? That's 95, well, 94.9% or less is not going to give you a pass. And nobody sits us down and explains that to us because I don't know, perhaps if they did, we wouldn't have as many people signing up for school. It takes that tenacious, just hard-willed determination to not quit and to believe in yourself and to believe in the fact that you are getting better. You're honing your skills, even if you don't have a quantifiable way of showing that to yourself. That's faith. When you have belief in something you cannot see evidence of in front of you. So I'm sitting there talking to her about because she's an exit speed person and having that same fear that I had, like, oh my God, I'm in 200s. I'm going to be out soon. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm going to do. It hits us, well, most of us, it hits us all. I'm going to talk as if it's the collective, knowing that there are outliers. There are always those who don't fit in my scheme of thinking, and that's okay. Why are you listening? Why are you here? So I was sitting there thinking, as a working reporter, what is my life like on a daily basis, compared to a student's life on a daily basis? There's the practicing, there's the showing up for the moment, for the test. There's the feeling your way through the test. There's the sometimes struggling harder than other times. Then there's the not pass, not pass, not pass, not pass, not pass. Oh, pass. 100 more not passes. Pass. And maybe sometimes you get 300 no passes and then pass, pass, pass. That's what used to happen for me. It was like, oh my God, I'm at the speed. Let's get these three tests out of the way and get to the next speed so I can feel totally incompetent again at a higher speed. But as I sat there talking to this student, soon to be working certified reporter, it occurred to me that, when I show up for jobs, yeah, I love my job like 95% of the time. I really do. And who gets to have a job like that? I love the fact that I love my job. I love what I do. I love that it's challenging me every day, and then I get to learn something every day. There's just so many aspects of this job that I love, the flexibility and yeah, the money and the flexibility and the financial freedom and the flexibility to have it be created, to be crafted, to be ideal for you and your life circumstances at the moment. It's amazing. But do I show up for every job and have it be a pass? Or do most of the jobs that I show up for fall short of what I expect out of me? Yeah, they do. It's rare that I come away from a job and say, damn, that was good. I was on it. It was great material. It was a beautiful speed. It was professional people speaking eloquently, distinctly, and within my comfortable speed range. Rare, rare, as rare as it is for a student to get a pass. Now, Am I hitting less than 95%? No, because I'm aiming for 100. I'm aiming for 100%. Why? Well, because my brain figured out in short order that as a working reporter, the better my notes are, the cleaner my notes are, the faster the transcribing process is. And that means I'm freed up to take more work if I want it. But basically, cleaner notes means the capability of making more money. And that will motivate your brain to clean up your writing, to write faster, to write more accurately without you doing anything. All of a sudden, it understands, your brain understands the payoff. In school, they could tell you till the cows come home, you need to write more accurately, you need to write faster. Your brain says, why? Why? Because I'm not going to pass the test, probably. That's usually what happens. And even if I do, what does that mean? Because the next 500 tests, I could fail again before I pass another one. So why? Well, the why is out in the field. The why is the why you started this whole process to begin with. It's to get out of school as fast as possible. And then to embrace going into the world that you knew existed when you signed up. But out in the real world, is every job going to feel like a pass? No. But every job can get better and better and better. And I remember, because I always keep my statistics up in the upper corner, because when we're writing like bats out of hell, I want my brain to know I did that. I could hang on. I hung on. It hit 335 words per minute. Thank God somebody breathed. I hung on and it translated. It was amazing. I can do that. I can do that on the hardest, fastest days. And there are days when I get what I call a compromised witness. We have say, a bad internet connection, or just a witness with a horrific accent that leaves half of the words out. And God help you if it's a doctor. They're saying words that they think are the thing they're meaning, and it's a video. How am I gonna, I can't fix it. It's what they said. I'm not gonna fix it anyway, but it's what they said. So that's what they get. I am a verbatim reporter, and they get what they said. But I'm looking at those statistics, and when I'm having a great day, when I'm having oh my gosh, this could be a pass day, my untranslate rate is under 1%, way under 1%. Sometimes I'm watching it. It's like, we're at 75. We're down to 50. We're down to 26. Cool. Because the farther I get into a job, the more familiar I am with the material, the better my writing becomes. And then when we have a break, I stick all that stuff in my dictionary. So in the next session of that deposition, it's going to translate even better. And so by the end of the day, I'm looking at that. And that's actually what I go on when I turn my stuff over to a scopist after I've gone through it, pulled out the globals, fixed the stuff I know I need to fix, because that's not their job. That is not their job. When I'm ready to send that to the scopist, I tell them it was over 1% on translate. It was horrific. It was a heavy accent doctor. It was faster than, I write FTF on the top of my files, faster than you fill in the word, to let them know this was not an easy job. It was fast, it was challenging. And I hit 2% on translates when it was going through the first time. Now I've cleaned a lot of it up. I've pulled out a lot of the stuff. I've checked exhibits. I've done everything I can do to make that job palatable for my scopist, because I want them there to have my back, to make that a polished, gorgeous transcript. Because I told you guys before, I am not a good proofreader. I mean, I can do it. I know what I'm looking for, but it is not where I shine. Where I shine is writing. That's what I'm good at. And so I finally found that place that fits for me. I write as brilliantly as I can, as cleanly as I can, as fast as I can. Then I clean it up, I pull out the globals, and I send that on to my scopist and then a proofreader afterwards to make sure that that transcript is exactly what I want. And then I go over it again before it goes out. It's my work product. So the purpose of this little talk was to remind you that the testing process never ends. So get over feeling like every test is a life or death situation. Because if I felt like every single job was a life or death situation, I couldn't do this. But it's not. It's just that not every job I take is going to come up to what I feel are my first pass through expectations of professionalism. Because I hold myself to a very high standard. We all do out in the field when we're out there and we're working, because we know the cleaner, the faster we write, the better our end product is going to be and the more money we'll make. So let yourself off the hook. And tests, please remember, if you weren't in school, you wouldn't be having to pass tests until you want to take a test to be certified. Isn't that a strange concept? Because there are reporters, amazing reporters, speed champions out in the field who never went to school, who never had test anxiety. They woke up every morning saying, can I do better today? Can I write faster and cleaner today than I did yesterday? That's the name of the game. Love you guys. Anybody got any comments or ideas? Please share them. Actually, I'm going to post this on YouTube. And I'm going to say that stupid thing that everybody says, please subscribe and please like this video. And if you want to make a comment, that's great. It helps the algorithms, which means I'll reach more people who are interested in this kind of material. Love you guys. Have a great day out there, and I'll talk to you again soon.